Look at these high-rise structures. What makes construction of these structures possible? How safe is it for workers to work at such enormous heights? The answer to these questions is safe scaffolding. Welcome to this course on basic scaffolding safety. This module on basic scaffolding safety is divided into 4 units. They are Introduction, Glossary, Procedures, and Do's and Don'ts. It will take you approximately 1 hour to complete this module. Before we proceed, let us consider this scenario. Click play to see the scenario. Nizar, a scaffolder, is dismantling a scaffold. While doing so, he suddenly realizes that the scaffold is about to collapse. He jumps over to escape but suffers a head injury. Nizar got injured because he basically did not know how to go about when dismantling a scaffold. It is important that scaffolders be educated about the procedures of safe and unsafe practices prior to erecting, while using, and when dismantling a scaffold. This helps avoid accidental injuries, including fatalities. This unit discusses the procedures of dismantling a scaffold. It also identifies the do's and don'ts of safe scaffold practices prior to erecting, while using, and when dismantling a scaffold. Do you think all these workers are working in a safe environment? What are the various kinds of dangers that they may encounter? You are absolutely right. The workers have a high chance of falling. How can their safety be ensured? If your answer is scaffold, you are absolutely right. Welcome to this unit on the need for safe scaffolding. This unit helps you set up the minimum safety-related technical requirements for temporary elevated work elements like ladders and scaffolds. It covers the various aspects of design, construction, and dismantling of scaffolds. It also informs you about the types of scaffolds that are most commonly used. Why do we require a scaffold in the first place? A scaffold is necessary where people cannot work safely from the ground level or part of a building or other permanent structure. There are instances of rope-tied bamboo scaffolds being used. However, they are potentially dangerous as bamboo may crack or ropes may wear out and break. Do you know how these bamboo scaffoldings have over the years been replaced by metal scaffoldings? Most construction activities today are carried out using metal scaffolds. But why should we use metal scaffolds? Metal scaffolds are stronger and provide better support than bamboo scaffolds. The question that arises is, are all scaffolds safe? Accidents occur in bamboo as well as metal scaffolds. However, comparatively, very few accidents have occurred when using metal scaffolds because they are safer. What can be the reasons for accidents involving scaffolds? Let us next look at the different types of scaffolds. Click each type to know more. Freestanding scaffold is one which is not attached to any other structure. It is stable and does not overturn on its own account. If necessary, it is supported by rakers or guy ropes. Tower scaffold is one that has only 4 standards, one line supporting on the outside and the other on the inside. independent tied scaffold having 2 lines of standard on its least dimension and more than 2 standards on its longitudinal sides. Birdcage scaffold is one that has more than 2 lines of standards, one each on its longitudinal and transverse sides. Putt log scaffold is one which has 1 line of standards to support the outside edge of the deck, with the inside edge being supported by the wall or the building being built. Cantilever scaffold is an independently tied scaffold cantilevering out from the building. It is used in cases where it is impracticable or undesirable to base the scaffold on the ground. Truss-out scaffold is an independently tied scaffold not erected from the ground. It is supported by a scaffold structure projecting from the face of a building or structure. Mobile scaffold is a movable scaffold based on or supported by caster wheels. Bracket or tank builder's scaffold is a scaffold supported by bracket straps welded to the tank wall. Upright brackets are hooked onto the straps. Underhung scaffold is a scaffold that is suspended by fixed-length wire ropes or cables. Or it is rigidly attached by scaffold tubes and load-bearing couplers to an overhead structure directly above, though not the outrigger beams. It has a work platform that cannot be raised or lowered. Let us now check our understanding of scaffolding. Given here is a mismatched set of the various scaffolding types along with their descriptions. Your task is to match the terms with their correct definitions. Drag and drop the terms next to their descriptions. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Any queries? Please contact us.